Hello, everyone. My name is Bobby, and welcome to the reboot of J.E.F.F. Productions. We are live from Summerslam. Now, even though the action will not be taking place for another 3 episodes, I think the crowd and I need to get acquainted. The crowd needs to understand what kind of a man I am. I am what you all call a heel. A villain. So it is my duty to honor that role. And my duty is to make an example out of all of you all in the crowd here tonight. You all belong to me now. And we're going to go ahead and establish a few ground rules before we get our little show started. The first ground rule is all your phones have been confiscated and broken. That seems to be the reason for your demise anyway. I'm doing you all a favor by taking your phones away. You're glued to them, and obviously you need to be glued to me instead. The second rule is there is no way out. All exits have been blocked off. We have people all around the perimeters, and there is nowhere to go. So stay seated and stay in your spots. You're allowed to stand up, but you are not allowed to leave your area. Based off of your behavior tonight will determine if you receive privileges or not. When I say privileges, I mean bathroom privilege, food privilege. Every 2 hours, if you behave correctly, you will get access to a restroom. Every 5 hours, if you behave correctly in your seat, you will get access to food. Now, I know what you're already saying. What if you have to go before the 2 hours is up? Well, it's simple. Do it right in your seat. Do it right in the floor. We're all friends now here. So let me make that clear. And I know another thing you must be asking, how about medical emergencies? Well, nobody's going to be dialing 911 anyway, so it sucks to be you. But anyway, we are still going to have fun. Don't look at all the negatives. Look at the positives. Because we have done a drawing for tonight's show. And this drawing will be for a chance to win $50,000. That's right. So you don't have to look at the rain all the time. You need to look at the sunlight, because the sunlight is there if you look good enough. So I have drawn a name. One of you lucky contestants will play one of our games. And the name is Roger Williams. Hello, everyone. It is Ken Chrysler here, and welcome to another episode of FLH. We got a great one here for you. And it's not going to be a great start, though, because this guy right here just thinks that he landed on a gold mine, but he might as well have landed on a landmine, because I don't think he knows who these people are. These people are not your friends, and they have taken the people of Summerslam. And they are in extreme danger right now. And this is only going to get worse until we get to SummerSlam. We barely got out of Clash at the Castle. Well, we actually did well there. We actually did well. And I don't know what this man's fate is going to be, but it's not going to be good. Roger, congratulations on your chance to win $50,000. I'm sorry about all the circumstances here, but I have to keep order during SummerSlam before the pay-per-view actually begins. Okay? But I'm going to give you a chance to win $50,000, so maybe I can make it up to you, after all. I did some digging on you, Roger, because all these people, of course, share all their stupid opinions online as if I care. And I noticed that you're a very opinionated man. You like to do reviews on a site called Yelp. What kind of name is that? But anyway, your last review was based off of a hotel that you recently visited in Boise, Idaho. And you gave the review 1 star. You said the hotel was not clean enough for you and that the housekeeper should be removed from her position. Oh, did you hear that, everyone? Roger now gives opinions online. He determines what's clean and what's not clean. But I'm going to give you a chance for redemption. You have a chance to win 50 grand tonight. You have a chance to prove that you are a true man instead of a man that lives behind a smartphone or a keyboard. Tonight, you will wear a maid dress. You know, a dress that a maid wears. And my friends and I are going to beat on you until the episode is over. And if you survive your beating while wearing your nice little dress, you get $50,000. And now we are live from Liverpool, and guess who we're starting off with? Guess who we're starting off with, everyone? We're starting off with me. That is right. I'm going to be making a big announcement for Summerslam. That is right. And I got my motorcycle. I'm ready to go, and some of you all can speculate, but I think you know what I'm going to say. Because there's a certain match that I want to see at SummerSlam, and I'm going to get my match. I love this motorcycle. It makes me look so nice. I'm so handsome, everyone. Look at me. My name is Ken Chrysler. I'm the greatest commentator of all time, and I'm a former tag team champion, one of the greatest tag team champions that has ever walked. But I want something else. Do I want the world title? Absolutely not. The greatest champion of all time holds the world title. Do I want the Intercontinental title? No. Newsom Barafia, the greatest champion of all time, holds the Intercontinental. Do I want a shot at the tag titles? No. Gorgie and Lurtz Nick hold those tag titles. There's only one title I want. It's the United States title. Because the man that holds it right now is nothing but a disgrace. He is an embarrassment, and he has to be stopped. I have to save America from communism. And the Beige Cowboy is the definition of communism. And I'm not just wanting the title just to have something to put around my waist. I'm doing this for America. I'm doing this to save everyone from this tyrant. The Beige Cowboy has to be stopped. And I know I've talked about him weeks on and weeks on, but I don't care. Because someone has got to put their foot down. Someone has got to make this madness stop. And I have spoken to the GM. And at SummerSlam, that person will be me. Thank you. And we're kicking things off with the #1 contendership for the women's title. We got Tiffany Tyson. We have Mary. We got Denitra. We got Mad Melissa. We got the new girl, Alex. And, yeah, it's going to be a great one. 5-women match. That will determine who faces off with Lashana. And Lashana is definitely the person to beat right now. She is on a roll as of late. And she's already defeated Esther. She's already defeated Black Rose. But she has not defeated these 5 women this year. Actually, she has defeated Tiffany. They have a long, heated rivalry, those two do. We're also going to have a big match, a #1 contendership for the world title tonight. So we're only going to be having 2, but they're going to be super long. And they're going to determine some of the biggest matches of SummerSlam. Of course, meanwhile, we have J.E.F.F. Productions, who has caused so much havoc. And now they are humiliating the SummerSlam people, the fans in the stadium that do not know what they're getting into. And I feel sorry for Roger, because I think Roger's in big trouble. We haven't seen him, but I'm sure it's not going to go over well for him. And mentally has to get on this. Of course, we're going to also decide the fate of Frey Erdoss tonight. And there's been a lot of rumors that, if he hasn't been sent back yet, he has an opportunity at redemption. Will he get his opportunity of redemption is the question. And all 5 of these women, they would really love a shot at the women's title. Even Denitra, who is, she gets along with Lashana better than any woman I've ever seen, because most of the women do not like her. She does get along with Lashana just well. But imagine her versus Lashana. That would be a great matchup. All these women have potential, and even this new girl, Alex, has been very impressive. In her first match, she almost won that number 1 contendership. And that was very impressive. We don't know a lot about her, but hopefully throughout the weeks we'll learn more about her. She is a rookie, so she is new. And when you're a rookie, you have to prove yourself early, because we've seen a lot of people come in these doors and a lot of people walk out. But anyway, let's get on to, so it's official that it will be the Beige Cowboy versus me at SummerSlam. I want to make that official. We've already established it. I got a text from the GM. Even though I'm in the doghouse, he has determined that it would be best for business if I take on the Beige Cowboy. And I will. And I will take the U.S. title, and I will save America from this communist. That is what he is. And look, we got Alex versus Mary. And expect some bad things to happen tonight, because especially to poor Roger, who just got caught in the middle of J.E.F.F. Productions and their sick, twisted humor. Expect the worst tonight. This is the introduction as we're on the path to SummerSlam. And there's been a lot. I meant to talk about this at the last pay-per-view, but we didn't really get into it. There's a lot of people that I've seen a lot of rumors and a lot of leaks of retirement. So at the end of this season, we may see a mass retirement of some superstars. This is just rumors around the locker room right now, but I think they're pretty good rumors, because there's a lot of, retirement papers floating around the office, and hopefully the GM is not paying attention to what I'm saying, and he's got his TV on mute. But, I don't know what's all going on there. I don't know what's going to happen after this is done. I have no idea. But first, we got to focus on SummerSlam. We won at Clash at the Castle. I was surprised how much we won. That was just a sweep. I felt like we were the Celtics and they were the Mavericks. That's what I felt like. It was an utter sweep, and it felt so good to sweep the Vikings, to sweep the alien scum, all of them. And they will be facing judgment tonight by our great GM. Our GM is going to have a discussion with Mr. Erdoss. And if he hasn't been sent back yet, there's a sign there that maybe his story is not over yet. These 5 women have been exceptional tonight, and they are going Extreme Rules all the way. A lot of these, I mean, I would love to see Mary versus LaShawna, of course. Oh, wow, Mary just threw a chair. I would love to see Melissa get a shot at LaShawna. Tiffany versus LaShawna, I mean, that rivalry is a great one. Denitra versus LaShawna. Alex is the only one I really don't care if she wins or not. The other 4 would all make great matches for SummerSlam. And besides Alex, who is a newcomer, all these women are the best. You notice they brought the best back. They didn't bring pretty faces back. They brought women that are extremely talented and extremely beautiful also, minus Denitra. Oh, I didn't say that. I'm sorry. I hope she didn't hear that. Otherwise, it's going to be a squash match because she can kill me. But her talent makes up for everything because she's stronger than all these women probably put together. But anyway, I wasn't dissing Denitra. I wasn't dissing her. Do not tell her, guys. Do not tell her. I do not want to get destroyed. It just slipped. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just slipped. I didn't mean to say it. If I had a DeLorean, I would go back and not say it. And Melissa with the stomp there. And, ooh, almost a pin there on Denitra. Almost got the pin on her. Alex and Melissa are having a battle. And that 6-man tonight's going to be excellent. We're going to have 6... it's going to be all people that haven't faced off with Newsom recently. So it's going to be great. In order to be a part of this match, I mean, for an example, like Aiden Wallace, Vicious Swag, Beige Cowboy. Who else is on the list of the ones Newsom defeated? Blue Knack. And I'm trying to think of... who did Newsom fight first at Backlash? The Freak. None of those people are going to be qualified for this match at the main event tonight. And our main event promo is going to be pretty long this time. So, of course, I think throughout the night we're going to find out what happens to poor Roger. Oh, my goodness. You talk about... I mean, just... They're just twisted mind. They're disgusting filth is what they are. And our first elimination tonight. So it looks like it is Denitra. Wow. Did not expect her to be the first one out. But this, I mean, Alex has been amazing. And Denitra's trying to leave. Let her leave, guys. I mean, women. Let her leave. And we are down to 4. And I'm hoping Denitra... Okay, Denitra's just holding her stomach. She's not giving me a dirty look. Good. She didn't hear what I said. Good. She just went back to the locker room. So we are down to 4 now. 4 remain. And I'm excited to see who's going to take on LaShawna because LaShawna is at a great point in her career. She needs a challenge. And she's gotten challenges. I mean, she had Esther. She had the Black Rose, which almost beat her. But it's just not enough. We need someone to step up and beat her so her father can shut up. Because I don't want to hear her father ever again. And he got beat up by Melissa. Melissa beat the tar out of him. And Tiffany going for the pin. Oh, kick out there by Mary, and Melissa doesn't even get a Alex doesn't even get a 1 on Melissa. Partially because of the other pin that was taking place there. And it looks like a submission. And Alex just submitted Mary. Oh my goodness. I mean, she's been very impressive. I know Mary's taken some damage earlier on, but Mary hasn't been the same. I mean, a lot of people say that she's the GOAT. It just depends on who you ask. A lot of people say Melissa's the GOAT. I honestly don't know in the women's division. It's just too hard to tell. Melissa, Esther, Lashana, and Mary are on the Mount Rushmore. But who's the best? I don't know. I don't know who's the best. But we're down to these three. It's going to be one of these three. And Tiffany going for the pin. And she eliminated Alex. So Alex did a really good job, but still not enough to get that victory. And look at Melissa. Just timed that perfectly on Tiffany Tyson. And a kick out there by Tiffany. So it's down to these two, who are very familiar with one another, who started about the same time, around the same time they started. Maybe Tiffany started in 17. I don't know. She was really big in 17. That's when she first got started, and then she took some time off. And I believe Melissa came in definitely in 16. Yeah. And the ref needs to be faster. He needs to be faster tonight, and that could have. That was a rough one. That was a rough one because Tiffany kicks out again. And Tiffany would love to get her hands on Lashana. They despise one another. They despise one another more than anything. And Lashana's beat her before this year. But I would love to see Melissa versus Lashana also. Because, Melissa would definitely want revenge for the Black Rose. I don't know what's going on between those two right now. And look at Tiffany, nice counter. And look at Tiffany slamming Melissa's head. And Tiffany tried to use her knee there. And these two, I'm telling you, these two are just, look at oh my goodness. Oh, this is crazy. Melissa's going to, oh no. Oh, right on the ramp. Right on the ramp. Oh, this is done. It's over. It is done. And somehow, what in the world? Resiliency, A+. S-tier resiliency tonight for Tiffany. Unbelievable. How do you kick out of that? That's a curb stomp on the ramp. It's metal. And look at Tiffany. She just bounces right back from it. You can tell that she hates LaShawn. You can tell. If she's doing this good. I think she wants LaShawna more than the title. And look at Tiffany here going all out crazy. And could see a good pin combo here. And still not enough. These two really want this opportunity. Wow. What a match. And I told you we're only going to get two tonight, but You're going to get a lot of storyline tonight in this one with J.E.F.F. and, of course, with Frey Erdoss. His fate will be decided tonight. If he's not gone by now, mentally he's going to try to compromise with him in some sort of way. I think we all know what's coming. But I don't want to give it away. I think everyone knows what's going to happen between those two. And this is a 5-star match, by the way, which I highly believe because it definitely has earned every star. Oh, man, stepping on Tiffany's head now. And look here. Shot to the back of the head. And Tiffany in trouble. I'm telling you. Who are we going to see? I'm excited for either one. I'm fine with either one. I don't know who I would prefer. I mean, one's a good heated rivalry, but one's going to be more competitive probably. And LaShawna is definitely the one to beat. I've never seen her that good in a while. It's been a while since she's been as good as she has been. And she's been kind of overlooked throughout the years. I mean, she's been great. I mean, she was great when she had the Zombie Cheer Squad, when she had Denitra by her side. Of course, when she worked with Blue Neck, all kinds of people. And look at Tiffany. Oh, my goodness. What a move. Some good high-flying moves by Tiffany. And I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing. And she just won. Wow. And that was the most unexpected person to win. But you can tell that she wants this fight more than anything. She definitely wants this fight. You can tell. I don't know how she did it. And she's moonwalking across FLH. And she's very excited. And I know Mentally's excited for her. And she's throwing kisses to the fans. And, oh, look here. This is back at Summerslam, everyone. And there's this guy, his name's Myson. Or My Son. Or I don't know how you say his name. But they have made this guy wear this maid costume. And look at, oh. And this has been going throughout the night. We haven't shown you everything. Because this guy's supposed to get beat up throughout the whole entire episode. And if he survives, he gets a certain amount of money. It's like, this is sickening. And look how he's dressed up. And My Son is just beating on him. This is one of the Darius's friends, an inmate he met. And, oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And we're back in Liverpool. And I hope the people of Liverpool are enjoying this, but I'm going to enjoy this entrance. I'll go ahead and tell you right now. Even though 2 of the people in this entrance are going to be participating in that 6-man match tonight. Yeah, there's a big twist to that 6-man match. But look at greatness. You cannot kill greatness. And the MW is greatness. You can't undermine greatness, and you can't kill it. And, wow. The MW's here, and look, they're all golded up. Newsom didn't even bring his Intercontinental title. That's how many titles are in your presence right now. And this is great. They won Clash at the Castle. They were incredible. They were absolutely the best performances I've ever seen from Gorgie and Lurch Nick. Gorgie was incredible in that match against those Vikings. And they came out on top. And to win all 3 fights, that's just impossible. But they did it. They proved the impossible. They overcame the impossible. The odds were stacked against them. They lost every single match going into that thing. And then somehow they win it all. It does not make any sense. But I'm proud of the MW. I am. And yeah, this is just a historic moment here, everyone. I mean, a stable with 4 titles. Technically 3. But if you count the tags, it's 2. But We're going to see Gorgie and Lurtz Nick in this next match. And now we are going into our main event, and look at those 6. Those 6 really have not had an opportunity to face off with Newson. I think Lurtz has faced Newson, but it's been a while. I believe Gorgie has fought him for the cruiserweight on multiple occasions, but it's been a while. And we mentally wanted to give everyone that hasn't had a shot at the title in a while a shot tonight. And if they win this thing, they face Newson at SummerSlam. So this is crucial. But it's also very interesting because if Lurtz or Gorgie wins, it's MW versus MW. But we also have people that could really use the opportunity, like Bobby Joe, like Nikon, like Daniel the D. They need an opportunity bad. They could really use an opportunity. So could Mr. Black. Mr. Black is really... I think he has won the world title before. I'm pretty sure he has. Yeah, I'm almost 100%. And so is Lurtz. We know Lurtz has won. Everybody else in this match has never won the world title. I know that for a fact. So that is going to be interesting. I mean, people like Nikon and Daniel and Bobby, they're really not in the world championship conversation in general. And I don't ever recall some of them having a world title shot. You know, they've always been involved in all this other stuff. So I would really like to see somebody get a shot tonight. And all 6 of these men really could use the opportunity. However, they're just going to be marked down on Newson's list because Newson has a list. He's beat them all. And there was a lot of conversation going around. We even had some people, one person in particular, on the chat saying he's the GOAT now. He's the GOAT. And he's definitely in the GOAT conversation. But I think he's the GOAT at this point. Because to have this title, you have to think about how hard it is to retain a title on here. If you don't believe me, just ask some of the 24/7 champions how hard it is. But to have this title all the way through 23, and you're going in halfway into 24, that is just unheard of. It is unheard of. And Newson has done it. He is the best. I'm considering him the GOAT. Whether you all want to or not, it doesn't matter. Okay? He is what he is. He is a GOAT. And look at Lurtz here. Good kick out there by Daniel. It is false count anyway. Elimination. So no lucky pins. It's all about the last guy standing here. And who is it going to be? There's a lot of great talent here. This is going to be a super long match. And so was that first one. That's why we're only having 2 tonight. But we're going to have a lot of promos here. You've seen some promos earlier tonight, and you're going to see a little bit of a storyline later on. And, yeah, we're on the road to SummerSlam. So the road, we're actually doing good right now because we have, at this point, you know, the fact that we have, I'm trying to think of the words. We're almost halfway there, and it hasn't been 6 months since, 24 dropped. So that's pretty good. And the pace we're going, we at least try to get one out every 10 days, but sometimes we get them out faster than that. And technically, this brand will probably have more than 24 episodes. It will probably end up with, if you count, SummerSlam is probably going to be a 2-part. But if you count, and Clash was a 2-parter, Mania is definitely going to be a 2-part. We all know that going in. So that's at least 27 right there. The other brand's probably going to get 24. But yeah, with just 2 brands now, it's easier. It's easier to get them done in time. There's not as much of a rush. But we try to get one out every 10 days or less than 10 days. It just depends. It just depends. And, of course, SummerSlam, that will take a little while, probably. And Nikon Jackson just getting knocked down. Nikon could really use an opportunity here. He could really use one. There's just so many people that Newsom still hasn't fought. But there's a reason why he hasn't fought. They haven't won. So if you can't win, if you can't win the number one contendership, how are you going to get to the world title? How are you going to win the world title? You can't. So tonight, that's why mentally didn't want to put someone like the Beige Cowboy or the Freak back in, because they've already been defeated by Newsom recently. So the Freak was at Backlash, and of course Frey Erdoss he declared himself basically the number one contender. We fought Strider, but it didn't matter. I mean, it was going to be one of those two, but the fact that Newsom beat both of those guys was just amazing. That was amazing. And I never saw that coming a mile away. And kick out there. We'll see who's the first one eliminated. They didn't even offer Jacob Elijah Zombie a spot, or Dimitri. Mentally said that they haven't earned it yet. And I agree. They haven't earned it yet. He's talking about tenure, too, on that they haven't been around as long as these guys have. And 4 out of 6 of these guys have never held the world title in their life. So they may have held other titles, but they've never held the world title. So that is just a definite. It's not good. Look at Mr. Black there. Oh wow, some chops there to Nikon. Nikon Jackson getting dropped on his head now on the turnbuckle pad, and a kick out there. What a night it has been. Crazy nights. We've seen nothing but destruction all night long. And we're still going to have to see what happens with poor Roger. Roger's one that I'm extremely worried about. I don't know if he's going to make it out of the night. I assume he's still getting beat on by each member of J.E.F.F. Productions, and we're not going to be able to see all that because it's going to take up the episode. So the longer mentally doesn't get stuff done, the longer this poor man's going to suffer. And he definitely didn't deserve it. He didn't do anything. And I think he thought he was going to be part of a contest, and he wanted to get on TV and online and all that stuff. It's not how these guys work. These guys are absolutely demented. They are demented. And Lurtz Nick, surprisingly, one of the first ones eliminated. So a former world champion gone. So that's one of the world champions, one of the former ones. And I would definitely bet money that Mr. Black has held the world title. It's probably been at least 5 years, but he's held the world title, for sure. I don't remember everything. You guys are the ones with the gifted memory, and it doesn't make any sense. I work here. How come I can't remember things? I think they're men in blacking, using that device to wipe my memory or something. Because how do you all know more than I do? How does that make any sense? But there is one thing that I do know. I am going to save the United States at Summerslam. It's just a guarantee. Because we are sick and tired of the communist cowboy, and his deranged way of thinking and how big of a jerk he is. We're all sick of him. We're all sick of him. And he's going to pay the price at SummerSlam. And I'm going to put on a show. I think it's going to be in Detroit. Detroit, you're going to get a show. It is going to be like Detroit Rock City. By Kiss up in here. Because I am going to teach him a lesson. I am sick and tired of that cowboy. He is a degenerate. That is what he is. And I wonder who's going to win between these 5. I'm very shocked Lurtz Nick is one of the first ones out, but I'm kind of happy at the same time. He is a former world champion, and he's a member of the MW. So I really don't want to see tension between the group, especially at this time where they need to be the closest together. We still have Gorgie in here, but we have 4 other people in here as well, and I'm telling you, any of them will make an interesting match. And, oh, wow. We are down to 5. Bobby's just throwing everyone around. That's what he does. I mean, he's super strong. He's super strong. It's all those jobs. When you work like 5 blue-collar jobs at once, I don't know how he does it. How is it logical? How does he, where does he have all this time? That's what I want to know. He says he works 5 jobs, plus he does this. Plus he has time to hunt and be a man and take care of his kids. How does he do it? Does he sleep? I don't think Bobby sleeps or something. And he has time for, of course, a couple cold ones and a good can of snuff. That's what he also has time for, too. Which, by the way, he better never put on my desk again. When I go into my match at Summerslam, and, I walk out the U.S. title, the U.S. champion, and I put that title on that desk, I know he's going to be commentating. So, when I put that title on the desk, it better not have a smidge of snuff on it. It better not. And Bobby will respect the United States. He is a country boy, so he has to respect it. So, he knows I'm going to win. I'm definitely going to win. I'm going to stop this madness once and for all. And you all think that, I know some of you all don't like me watching at home, but I need to tell you all this. The Cowboy's worse. He doesn't like you all. He does not like any of you all. He's made it clear. He won't talk to no one. He doesn't like anyone. He doesn't talk to anyone. He is a complete tool. He thinks he's better than everyone watching at home. I want you all to know this. This is like Rocky Balboa versus Drago. This is the comparison that I'm comparing to. I'm Rocky Balboa in this scenario. He's Drago, okay? Every day he holds the United States, basically it's like Creed dying in Rocky 4. So, he is horrible. He's horrible, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's using performance enhancers. I'm sure he is. Because there's no way he could be as good as he is. And the Freak should have beat him. Since the Freak can't get his job done, I'll get the job done. That's a shame. He can't do his job right. This is a guy who is a former world champion, one of the greatest tag champions ever, and he can't beat this bum? Are you kidding me? It's going to be over. I'm going to go the Italian stallion all over you at SummerSlam. So you better watch it. And you better watch your back in the locker room. You better not touch my lunch. Nobody, and somebody has been stealing lunches out of the locker room. And we're going to get on to, we're going to find out who's involved in that. For sure. Because stealing lunches is not cool. And Mentally been over it time and time again. We have a meeting all the time with a list of things we should not do. And Nikon Jackson's still in this. He is fighting hard. Mentally gave us a list of stuff not to do. We can't imitate The Undertaker. That's one thing. Do not point at the WrestleMania sign unless you win the Rumble. That's another thing. Don't eat other people's lunches. All kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of rules that you all don't know about. Oh my goodness, Bobby may have decapitated Nikon Jackson. He may have decapitated him. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. I don't care how tough you are. He literally took his head off. Almost. What a clothesline. Just a brutal clothesline, and we are now down to 3. Bobby, Mr. Black, Gorgie. Who's going to take it? You know, Mr. Black, you know, the Freak lost here recently. And look at Nikon. Let him go by, guys. We talked about this. This was another rule that Mentally talked about. When they're eliminated, you let them leave in peace. You don't block their way. Let him go. He's hurting. He's holding his ribs. He's hurting. Oh, we're down to 4. My bad. I didn't count Daniel. Does he really count? I mean, does he really count? And Mr. Black, a good kick out there. And Gorgie trying to eliminate Mr. Black. And look at Daniel. Oh, wow. And dumb Daniel, the D stands for dummy. Just some, oh, wow. Maybe not. But he could have pinned Bobby there. He could have easily pinned him. And that is just, look at Daniel here. And nice, good roll up there by Gorgie. Good counter. And Daniel could be in trouble here. And Daniel's been eliminated, so I might as well, I predicted the future there. If that's not a Nostradamus prediction. I mean, you knew that was coming a mile away. There was no way Daniel the dummy was going to win. And we are down to 3. Bobby going for the pin on Gorgie. And look at Bobby slamming Gorgie, and we are down to 3. Three remain. Oh, look at Gorgie. He just caught Mr. Black at the right moment. Oh, wow. And that move is deadly. Oh, my goodness. It is either going to be Bobby or Gorgie. Either Bobby or Gorgie. And this, wow, this is going to be interesting. Bobby could really use the win. Gorgie could really use the win. Both of these guys could. And Bobby just, I mean, he used those steps really well. But it wasn't enough to put Gorgie away there. Look at Bobby using the elbows. Those hairy elbows. And we'll see who wins this. And Gorgie with a nice sweep. And look at Gorgie. Oh, my goodness. Oh! Perfected that move despite running into the barricade a little bit. Still made it look nice. Wow. It is, and this guy, I mean, I don't like to see the MW versus the MW, especially not at this time. But this guy has improved tremendously. He's never won the world title, and he's been here longer than Newsom. However, he's going to be added to the list of Newsom Barafia. I guarantee you, Gorgie. So you better enjoy it while it lasts. What an exhausting match. Give it up for those 5. They really gave it their all. They did. I have been with this company for over a decade before this even all started and became what it is today. But I've never held the world title one time in my life. I've held all kinds of titles. I've been mediocre. I haven't been good at parts. In my career, I've been a jobber at parts. But these last couple weeks, I have really proved myself. And maybe it's all in my head. And I know Newsom is the greatest world champion of all time. I think he is the greatest. And no offense, but I got to stop him. I know this MW thing, we're all tight. We're all standing together against all the enemies that come our way. But at SummerSlam, I have to slay him. I have to beat him. You all may think I'm delusional, but I have to do it. I've never held the world title. Never. and I have nothing but respect for that man. But at SummerSlam, I have to defeat him. I have to burst your bubble. I have to beat the best to prove that I'm worthy of this title. Because it is the only title that matters to me. It's the only title that I have not held. And at SummerSlam, I'm going to have to prove myself. Good luck, Newsom, because I'm going to give you everything I got, buddy. I hate to do it to you, but you're in my way now. Oh, and look here. Back to this Roger guy. They're continuing to attack him. He's still taking damage, but look here. Another pedigree. This is disgusting. Guys, stop it. This guy cannot take much more damage. And look at Bobby beating on him. How gross. And now it is time for our main event promo. I don't know what's going to happen to poor Roger, but Frey Erdoss is here, and his fate will be decided tonight. And it's all based off of whatever choice he makes. And mentally, already down here. And he's lucky he's allowed to bring that sword after all the stuff he's done. And Gorgie, oh man. Talk about motivation. Ooh, that's getting scary too, but we're about to get our main event promo, and it is going to be a good one for sure. And Frey Erdoss is here. Frey, let me make this clear to you. You tried to kill me. You tried to destroy the United Kingdom. You tried to take all of our titles. I should send you back in the past or throw you in a prison cell. But I believe in second chances, and I do see your potential. And since you didn't do that much and you didn't succeed at what you were going to do, I am going to give you a second chance based off of how you answer this question. I'm also willing to cut a deal with you. Here's your two options. You help me defeat J.E.F.F. Productions at SummerSlam, and I will send you back in time before your family dies, so you can prevent your family's death. Or you can say no, and you and your buddies can all go back right now. Those are your options. But let me tell you a little stipulation about it. If for some reason you do die, you can't go back. Another stipulation is this job is not over until they're all defeated. Not just one or two or three, all of them. I want them all sent back. If you work with me, I will send you back to a moment before your family dies so you can prevent their death from happening. And all your problems are solved. That's your option. If it gives me the opportunity to save my family, Frey Erdoss will fight by your side. But you better keep your promise. You understand? And I need to have my 2 Vikings with me. But consider it done. I have accepted your deal. You better not double-cross me, though, GM. I'm willing to work with you as long as I get a chance to save my family. And this beating continues on. It's been going on for probably over 40 minutes, and the fact that Roger's still alive is just shocking, but Jamarcus Bubbles is just destroying him. And I don't know if this guy is going to win his prize or not, but no matter if he wins the $50,000, he's going to need it for medical bills. I mean, this is insanity. And another finisher, and they're calling it. What is going to happen here? Oh my goodness, you poor baby Roger. Maid Roger. How about Maid Roger, everyone? Give it up for Maid Roger. He took his beating like a champ. That's right, everyone. He took a beating from my brother, from Jamarcus, from my son, and even the babysitter. And you're still standing. So that means you must have won $50,000, right? Well, the problem is the episode's not over. And I haven't gotten my shot at you. It looks like Brother Jasper has shot Roger, and he is not responding. And there's going to be no medical attention for him. He is officially dead. And these guys don't even play by their own rules, so the MW mentally, Frey Erdoss, are going to have to step it up at SummerSlam because these guys have to be stopped. I have never seen anything like this. This is the worst thing I've seen since the Warlords. What in the world is this? So you're telling me, Roger, that you can take a beating, but you can't take a bullet? Oh, come on. A small little bullet. Ah. Well, I didn't have $50,000 anyway, guys. I'm sorry. Our finances haven't been the best. We're about to go bankrupt. So, yeah, I had to take matters into my own hands. You guys were too easy on him. And don't worry, crowd. We have contests still. Next week we'll have a contest. We'll have a contest for anyone. We'll just have to draw your name and see what kind of game you will participate in. I'll see you all next week at J.E.F.F Productions.